Hey everybody, Mike Pfeiffer, Pfeiffer Hobby Supply. I'm going to do update 116, and I've been taking videos all along. I don't remember where this one ends off, but I'm going to give you a little recap at the end. Okay gang, I'm going to try not to do so much shaky cam as I did last time. But as we already know, this stringer right here, which is the base, was the L girder actually for the stringers, is all level. I know it is all level. So this little ledge right over here was the ledge that went around to the previous layout's staging area. I can still use that. I may have to take this plate off of here and modify it up and down some. But if you look right here and consider that this board is 3/4 of an inch thick, the shelf is 3/4 of an inch thick, it's 3/4 of an inch up from here, which puts it just above or just at the edge of this one by here. That is the level that I'm trying to achieve, which is just about the level of that going through there, probably a little higher than that. But nevertheless, what I had to do here is modifications. You can see two holes right there. Those two holes were holding this off-board speaker here. I just have it screwed to the wall because I didn't want it hanging by the wire. We'll figure out something else to do with that, probably screw it to the bottom of the one by when we get it down here that we're putting the track on, or something of that nature. It is just a box for the speaker, like I say, for off-board sound. Let me turn this camera around. Now, that punch block there has nothing attached to it, but what it does is it takes 12 pair of wires back to a main box, a main punch block. Way back over there, you may be able to see it, kind of see it just beyond the all the transformers and crap over there. That is merely a cable that goes down along here that would allow me to take, say, a sound wire, something like that, all the way down here and punch it down back there by the what used to be the control panel and bring it down to this end. I really don't need anything like that. But anyway, to get to the point is, it was screwed up to the wood right there. This power box here was screwed up right there as well, so that had to be removed and moved up as high as I could get it there. To get it up out of the way, that being said, that'll give me room to make a U-shape or whatever back to the shelf through here. Okay, so all that stuff is now out of the way. Now all I have to do is put a string from, well, I got to move some stuff there too, but I have to put a string from way back up there where my track ends all the way down to here and see what the grade is going to be. The birds that you hear chirping and so forth is coming out of that disc player right there. That disc player comes on every time the layout is turned on and starts playing my Southwestern sounds. Okay, I found a creative new use for my special tool, BRF32Q, whatever that means. Anyway, I cut the foam out, and now I can just slip these up in there. So if I need access to them or pull them down or whatever, they're just fitting in there, just sitting up there on top of the shelf. Works for me. So we're going to leave that there. I haven't come up with a good idea for that, and I'm not sure what else I got to move. So as I was saying earlier, I'm going to put a string from somewhere down there on that wood down to here and see what I get. And see what kind of radius I can use down here. Actually, that's probably the next thing. I have some radiuses in a box here in the junk box. Not the junk box, but the save box. Not this box, but some box over there. And I'm going to put some of those radiuses together and see where it takes me around this curve here. See if I can make it. Okay, gang, I have a string tied there at this bottom level, which would be the top of my board, to this point. And you can kind of get an idea of the grade, with the exception that it's touching one of the stringers up there, but it doesn't look like that's bending the string much. But I obviously have to cut that up, and I may have to cut that one. Let's see, not that one, the next one back. I can't get both of my hands in there. But anyway, you can see the string going up there, and that will be should be my grade to get from the yard up there. To me, that doesn't look like much of a grade. I don't know exactly what it's going to work out at. Actually, I can measure it here and find out. But anyways, that's the grade that we'll be looking at. And the pieces of track that I had down here on the end that I put together, I think are 15 and 16 inch super elevated. I'm not really sure I want super elevated track there because it tends to pull cars in. But I may try it there. If it doesn't work, I can certainly change it. Anyway, that's the grade. Okay, gang, I just got done with a cutting frenzy. And you can see that, and I've got at least 3 inches of clearance on every one of those boards, all the way down where I attach on to my 2 ends over there. I got a couple of things I've got to tie up there, of course, but aside from that, I have created clearance all the way down here. At this point right here, I've got 3 inches, so I've got plenty down here. But you can see that I've got clearance all the way up there. By the way, you can see that my string has been moved up 3/4 of an inch. That's because I did put a level on the bottom of here to there, and it is level. And this board here, there's an edge on it here, but this board up here is 3/4 of an inch thick. So if this is level from there to the bottom of there, and I go up 3/4 of an inch, this curve right here should be level around to this board. So that's where we are. Okay, guys, as you can see down there on that end, I put a plate in to hold up the bigger plate is to hold up the foam and the plywood, and the smaller plate is for the 1x, so I can match the height up, and they're matched up pretty well up there. And then I have my string here, wherever it is. Hang on a minute, let me back up, the other back up. You can see that I have some brackets on, but I'm going to put spacers in there and screw through the spacers and some kind of something to make it exactly where I need it to be. That's the plan there. And then if I keep backing up, you can see that I have a long bracket here because this is the one that I first put in so that I could get the end here pretty even with my string. So basically that thing is where it goes. I'm getting ready to put a plate underneath the bottom of this and add another piece to it to get down here to the other end. But if I can, I don't know if the picture will take or not, but if you look up the string, the string is pretty much right on top of the board, and it is pretty free there. So that's probably as close as the board needs to be to where it's going to be. I got to go to Lowe's and get some more small shelf brackets to put in here. And once I do that tonight, I'll probably get this piece extended all the way down to about this point right here. So anyway, I just thought I'd show you so you can understand how Those brackets are going to work to hold that track, to hold the 1x to hold the track. So that's it, and I'll get with you when I get some more done. Okay gang, it's kind of dark in here, but I went and got some new shelf brackets. I had shelf brackets, but they're all mismatched. I'm going to take my Dremel tool and zip those off where they hang down below the bench level. As you can see, I've got the bench, or the 1x all the way down to here, and I have my curve cut, and it comes around here, and it's going underneath here. I'm too close. Let me back up and show you what's up on top. Okay, this is what you were looking at from down below. I can zip that off right across there with the Dremel. Then I'll attach that. I'll put a plate on the bottom right here. And I've already got a hole cut there. And I have, let me take you out here. I have that piece of, well, a little piece of double track on each end, and a 12 and a 13-inch radius with a little 1-inch piece in between to make it fit where I need to. So we're getting there. We're just not there yet. Okay guys, here's the balloon track that'll go on the end. That's a 12-inch radius, and it comes back to double track very nicely. But that's basically what it'll look like. I'm going to transfer that loop onto that piece of plywood, and that loop that you see laying there is the loop that goes on the south end of the layout where I'm working currently. Okay guys, the total length from end to end, and I'll show you where I mean, on my shelf is 78 inches. And when I combine all these pieces of double track here to that switch, what is that? That's 78 inches. You know what I might do though? I might take one of these 2 inchers or 2.5, whatever they are, out and bring it together and just make the siding a little shorter, simply because I want a little bit of straight before I hit the turnouts on each end. So that may be what I do. I don't know. But what I need to do is figure out how wide this shindig's going to be, so I know how wide to cut the braces into here, and I'll show you what I mean. In here I showed you that I cut that hole over there. That hole is right in the center of this shelf. So now what I've got to do is cut each one of these and move a upright out to the very outside edge here, and move one to the very backside edge over there on each one of these, which is not going to be a problem. These are really easily unscrewed and taken out of here because I cut a U shape up there where the light passes through. So they'll be real easy to take out and cut. Then obviously there'll be one cut in the center of this down here, and the loop will continue. And from the very edge of this stringer, right there, to the very edge of this stringer on the inside edge is about 78.5. So I think I have plenty of room to straighten out, and plenty of room for the siding that you see laying up on the bench there. Okay, my loop is a total of 52 inches long. So it'll take me right down there, will be the apex of the turn. And you can see that there's nothing under there to prevent me from going through right about, right about there, and coming in probably right about here. And then back to this point. So it's looking like the plan is coming together. I just threw all my DCC stuff over the edge right there. What I'll probably wind up doing is making a platform on that that support bar right there. That's where I had all that stuff last time. I'll make a little bit sturdier shelf this time and be able to put all my stuff there that I need to put there. My light under there will hook under here. These things will stay here. This sound box can be moved down to the side of this or somewhere. I have a plan for everything, and I hope that it all flies. I think it should. I don't think I'll have any interference with the switches coming through the table because the track will be way back from that. And I don't see anything that's going to interfere. So I believe this is going to work, and we'll see. I just measured the width of that loop right there, and it is like 27 inches. So I'm exactly 33 inches to the outside right here, and it's 5 inches to the center of the inside of here. Worst case scenario, I may have to put some spacers behind this fascia right here and space this fascia out a little bit right in this area right here, which is not a problem. Just unscrew the screws, put a 1x or something behind there, move it out a couple of inches. I don't know exactly how that's going to work, but when I get my loop traced out onto the plywood, I'll know more how that's going to fit. If it doesn't fit, we'll have to drop to an 11-inch radius or something. But it should fit. It should fit. That's the key word, should fit. We're going to concentrate on getting the holes cut through here and see what we can do. Okay, I was just going to tell you guys, so far I think I've had 3 casualties that I know of already so far with the construction of this. I've lost 2 street lights here. I don't know what I need to do to get them back in service, but that's an easy fix for everything that I'm doing. And somehow with something I knocked over this light pole in the yard, but it is still functioning. So it's just a matter of standing that up and gluing it. Not a big deal. But that's the extent of damage so far that I've found. I may take a couple more videos and we'll make a video today. Okay, here are all the yard pieces put together. It winds up being about 6 inches wide here. I'll probably need about a 7-inch wide gap. That shelf in there is much wider than that, and it should be no problem at all. Okay, gang, I don't know where I left off, but I have my loop cut out and it does fit in there. I've already held it up there. I have a ledge built right there to attach it to, and I have cut all the stringers going down, and there's 6.5 inches in between. So we should have plenty of room to get the track in. And let me show you what I've done under here. I just took these pieces of plywood, cut them, and then made them a hinge, and I already drilled a hole in them so that I can hold the loop up there and pull those over and then hold the loop up there while I work on it, at least temporarily. Okay, this is kind of just the recap. I have got the room all picked up, got all the wood picked up, got all the sawdust vacuumed up, got everything done, and as I believe I showed you that I had all these cut so that we can put our track in. I think one thing I didn't show you, the last thing I did was I hooked up the track, or hook up the road bed over there. That should be good to go. We're good to go out here. And if you sneak back and take a little look there, you can see the track, or the road bed coming back around. I'm hoping to start getting a little bit of track under here in starting tomorrow, but I don't know when it'll be before our next video comes along. But anyway, that's just an update. It took me a a good 2 hours to clean up all the sawdust in the garage and get all my junk thrown in this junk box and clean up the floor in here. But I'm happy to have it this way. So I think the majority of the sawing is done, and I guess we'll talk to you later. Well, gang, I can't believe the progress I've made in the last day or two, but I have gotten a lot done, as you see. I'm kind of happy to be at this stage, and I'm even more happier that you guys just keep on watching my videos. And as usual, thanks for watching.